Good boy. Good boy. Sit there, okay? Sit there. I gotta talk to them, okay? I'll talk to them first and then we'll talk to you, okay? Hi, everybody. How you doing? My name is Leo Mendoza, and I am a little bit of everything. My main job, I teach at Busan University of Foreign Studies. I teach Spanish. Spanish. So you say hola. See, I teach Spanish. I just taught Spanish. Okay, and I also work at BEFM. Chad plugged his show, so I'm going to plug my show. Saturday and Sunday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. It's an oldies show, so you're maybe too young to like that stuff. Okay, but the thing that I'm here to talk about is Busan Abandoned Pet Sanctuary. See it right there? And I want to talk to you about a story that really impacts me. The story is the story of the star thrower. Star thrower. How many of you know what starfish are? You know what starfish are? Yes? Starfish are these little animals. They're shaped like a star, and they live in the ocean. How do you say starfish in Korean? Really? It's not pyeolmulgogi? No? Okay. See, that's the problem. If you know a little bit of Korean, you can't put words together. So there's a story that was written back in the 1960s. And this story goes like this. There once was a man who was walking to a beach. And then when he got to the beach, he saw an old man. And the old man was in front of something like this. There had been very strong waves, and the waves sent all of these starfish onto the beach. Now, starfish need to be in water. If they're not in water, they're going to die. So what happened was, the old man that was in the beach was just bending over, picking up one starfish, and throwing him into the ocean. Then he would walk a step, would pick up another starfish, and throw him into the ocean. The other man who was coming was surprised. He said, "What are you doing? You're never going to make a difference. Look, there's thousands of starfish. You will never make a difference. You cannot save them all. You will not make a difference." And the old man picked up one more starfish and threw it out. And he said, "I made a difference to that one. I saved that one." So the story that I want to talk to you about is the story of my own stars. My first star is called Philip. Hey, Philip, you want to come over? Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You want to show? Philip, do me a favor. Sit right here. Sit right here. Thank you. In 2005, my wife and I were walking down a street, and we saw him on the street, homeless. He is a Cocker Spaniel, and somebody threw him away. Somebody said, "I don't want this dog anymore," and they got rid of him. I don't know why. Maybe he barked. Maybe he was a dumb animal. But Philip is a very smart guy. Hey, Philip, are you smart? Sit. You're a good boy. Do me a favor. Sit down. Sit down there. I want to put this down here. I want you to lay down. Lay down. Don't think about it. Lay down. That's a good boy. Philip, do me a favor. Roll over. Good boy. Now, come to me. Philip knows about 50 words. Okay, man, see you later. Hang out here. You can flirt with her. She's cute. Philip was a homeless dog. Now, homeless dogs are a problem in every country in the world. They're a problem here, they're a problem in America, they're a problem in Europe. People get dogs, and for some reason, don't keep them and throw them away. So, the question is, can I make a difference? Can I make a difference? Big chances to make a difference sometimes come to you unexpectedly, and that's exactly what happened to me. Now, if you see these are dogs at a dog pound. There was a dog pound. Somebody had 120 dogs. Just Ilbana Joshi, just a regular guy. He had 120 dogs, but he didn't have money. For many years, he had been picking up dogs from the street and just rescuing dogs one by one. And he got to a point where he said, I don't have money for these dogs. All of these dogs are going to die in the city pound because I don't have money. Can you do something about it? He said that to me. Now, the question is, to me and my friends, this is 3 people, very random people. That lovely lady, that's my wife. This is a video, right? It's gonna be on YouTube. Love you, honey. She's a school teacher. She is not a very big environmental person. She is not a person who studied volunteering. She's just a school teacher. Me, I was younger in that picture. I teach at a university. I don't know any special knowledge about animals. I am not a vet. I am not even a nurse. I'm just a teacher. You know what I do? I talk. I don't act. I don't shovel anything. I don't clean. I'm a teacher. I talk. That's all I do. And the third person, she is a restaurant worker. She just cooks in a restaurant. That's her job. 3 completely normal people. We're not special. But the 3 of us said, we have to save these dogs. 120 dogs that are going to die. So the 3 of us said, okay, we are going to throw stars. We're going to become star throwers. So what's the first thing you need to do? And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a map in life to how you can become a star thrower. Now, I'm not telling you go save dogs. You have your own passions. Maybe you like cats. Maybe you like helping homeless people. Maybe you like helping old people. Maybe you like something that I can't even think about. But the first thing you need to do to be a star thrower, you gotta go look for people. You have to find people that are like you. It's the first thing we did. So we had Philip already, and we had a vet. So we went to our vet and we said, look, can you help us? We don't have much money, but we need to take care of these 120 dogs. And we told him, please help us, we're gonna do it, and then he helped. Then the other thing that we did is we looked for people who love dogs. Fortunately, in 2010, Facebook became very big. And when Facebook became very big, we made a Facebook page. And you know, how many of you had a foreign teacher when you were in a Hagwon, or in middle school or high school? You had a foreign teacher, right? Yes? There's all of these foreign teachers who live here in Busan and in Gimhae and in Ulsan. And there's a lot of them that love dogs. So we said, hey, can you help us? Help us to save dogs, because that's what we want to do. So we found people. Now the next thing you need to do, you need to set goals. You need to set a purpose. Our goal was we needed to get 400 dogs adopted within 6 years. It's a crazy goal, but we set that goal. Dogs like this one, his name is Colin. He's been adopted. Right now he lives in the United States. He's a very lucky dog. He's got a nicer house than I do. We set our goals. Now, when we say we're going to adopt dogs, we don't just throw dogs out. We look for responsible homes. We look for people that can take care of the dogs well. We also make sure that the dogs are in good medical condition. We make them healthy. We give them medicine. And the other thing we do is, like you saw with Philip, we train them. Because dogs need to know how to behave. Dogs need to know you don't pee on the letter B here in Busan. You pee somewhere else. And we decided to just promote our dogs to go all over the world. The next thing you need to do, you need to understand the issues with your objective. There are many people who save dogs. Here in Korea, there's a lot of very nice ajoshi and ajuma, and you see them on TV, on the TV show Dongmun Longjang, you know? They're like, they have 100 dogs and they're playing with the dogs, but they don't have money, they don't have food, the dogs get sick, the dogs have problems. You need to understand all the issues. If you are going to do something, you need to learn about it. Now, I told you, I'm a school teacher. I don't know how to take care of dogs. So the first thing that I did when I started my dog shelter was ask. I called some friends in the United States, I called different shelters, and I said, how do I do this? And they told me, you know, to keep the medical safe, the boys and the girls need to be separated because you don't want to make more dogs. You have to figure out the costs. Now, as was mentioned earlier, at the beginning, my wife and I just used all our money for that. We spent about 200,000 won in giving medicine to the dogs and 100,000 in giving them food. One dog, 1 year, 300,000. That's how much it cost. But you need to understand those issues. If you're going to try to make a difference like a star thrower, you have to understand the issues in your particular objective. Now, the next thing is share your vision. Many people don't do this. Many people do it small. Just my own little world. But you know what? There are people out there that can help you. If you need 300,000 for each dog and you have 50 dogs, you need to find people that will share and give you money. You need to do marketing. You need to do fundraising. That's what we did. We shared our vision. And with the sharing of the vision, lots of people did help. These are all dogs that we have had adopted. The first dog over there, her name is Sadie. She lives in Canada right now. That up there, that's Natasha. She lives in the United States. That white one, she has a new name in Russian. I can't remember the name because it's in Russian, but she lives in Russia. And that little dog there lives in South Africa. Now, I wish I could save 50 dogs every week. I wish I could send dogs. I wish I could say, look, 10,000 dogs. That's not how it works. One at a time. One at a time. You know, sometimes it could be 1 month that no dog is adopted. Sometimes in 1 month, 1 or 2 are adopted. Sometimes 7. But you have to keep in focus. It's okay to do a small charity. We're just throwing stars out one at a time. Now, this is a word that my wife told me in Korean. She said, you need to say talent donation. And I forgot the word. Yeah, that. What is it again? Cherry. Yeah, my Korean's not good. Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a skill. You think, oh, I'm not special. You are. In this picture, you can see a dog. That dog's name is Katie. Katie is living in France right now. But one problem with the dogs, like Philip, is that they have very long hair. So this girl that's there, that's a groomer. That's a groomer. You see her? She's working right there. She's got her hand on the dog and she's cutting the hair. That's her talent that she's donating. And the other girl, what's her talent? She's holding a dog. Whenever this groomer comes, her friend comes. And the groomer is working really hard. And the friend is? That's a talent donation. She's patient. She has a calm personality that the dog is calm. Because you know what? Without her, the dogs are going to be like, stop, stop, stop. But the dog is calm. That's talent donation, which you can do. I'm going to tell you one story of one dog. This is Simon. We rescued Simon because he looked just like Philip. When we rescued Simon, Simon had 2 eyes. But then we noticed that Simon was having trouble seeing. He was like walking and he would run into things. Now, everything is not happy, beautiful, saving dogs. It's a tough job. For example, we have to make some decisions. If there is a dog that we think cannot be adopted, we don't save him. If there's a dog that has a big problem, medical, that we can't afford, we just can't save him. We don't have the money. Simon lost his vision. So we took him to a medical expert, an eye doctor, and the eye doctor said, Simon's eyes have to come out. Both eyes. He has an infection, and if you don't take it out, that infection is going to go back into his brain, and he's going to die. what do I do? I face decisions like this all the time. So we shared the vision. We said, look, Simon needs surgery. It's going to cost 4 million won. Sabek manon. Can people help? And you know what? People gave a little bit. Manon, imanon. With donations, we got the money. And Simon's obstacle was his eyes coming out. This picture was a picture taken 1 week after his eyes came out. Right now, Simon lives in Spain. Blind. He has a family that loves him, and he just walks around, bumps into a wall. It's okay, he walks around. He overcame the obstacles. Sometimes you'll run into obstacles that are very hard to solve. I'll be honest with you, some obstacles you will not solve. And in some good ones, like Simon, you will solve it. These are dogs that went out. Now, this is a quote that my wife said, you have to say it. It comes from Gandhi, and it says, you should be the difference that you want to see in the world. Can we change the world? No. Can I do something magically like, oh, it's a laser, right? Where's the laser? Oh. Can I wave my magic laser and suddenly homeless dogs have homes? No. Every day in Busan, about 20 dogs go to the pound. Every day. Every day. That is 600 dogs a month. And 600 dogs a month, when they go to the pound, after 10 days, they die. That's what? 7,000 dogs a year in Busan are abandoned and die. In 1 year, I can save 50. I'm just throwing stars. Will I be able to save 700, 7,000, 7 million? No. 50. If I'm lucky, 60. But you know what? These dogs are alive because with my friends, we rescued them and we sent them. Those two are in Canada, that one is in Ukraine, and that one is in France. They're all from people who come to volunteer, usually teachers, English teachers. We also work a lot in Koje and Ulsan. There's many foreigners working in the shipyards, building ships, and in the port. They get the dogs, oh, you're drinking something, he's hungry. They rescue the dogs and take them all over the world. So, my passion is dogs. What's your passion? I don't know, but you have a passion. You must. We all do. Everyone has a passion. If your passion, for example, like Chad, is just to rap, he could teach rap to children. I don't know. If your passion is fashion, you could work at the Women's Center and teach women who are underprivileged things. You have skills and you have passion. If you understand me right now, you speak English. There are orphanages where children can learn to speak English, but you need to go teach them. You have to find whatever passion you have. You have to find where you can help, and you have to find who you can help. Now, if you are interested in dogs like I am, you can visit our page, facebook.com/shindogs or shindogs.com. You can see pictures of me where I look bad, as I always do in pictures. But what I really want you to do is I want you to think of what is your starfish. Because you can find your starfish. I promise you. You can find a cause where you can go and make a difference. I did. Am I saving 7,000 dogs? No, I'm saving 50 dogs. So 1 dog per week I'm saving. But you know what? That dog that I saved this week will have a nice life. And the dog I'll save next week and the week after that will live. And to me, that is the only thing that matters. We're just out there throwing stars. So I want to encourage you to find your stars, make your plan, and make a difference. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Leo. My goodness, 50 dogs. It sounds like you might think, what a small number, but in my mind, it's a huge number. As you said, you're saving those 50 dogs. Absolutely inspirational. So today, we're also going to do the Q&A session, just like we had with Mr. Huang, but with Leo Mendoza, Mr. Mendoza. So if you have a question for him, any questions you would like to ask in English or Korean. If you ask in Korean, I'll translate. Yeah, I'll translate to Leo, to Mr. Mendoza. So please, if you have a question, raise your hand.
And we have a prize for your question.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot.
Yes,
and what is in that red box?
Well, in that red box is a very nice notebook. Because whenever I have trouble, I write. Because if you write your thoughts, if you write your challenges, that helps you work out and make plans. So there's a very nice notebook in here.
Right. We're talking about notebook 공책, not notebook laptop. We're talking 공책, right?
Oh,
yeah. Right. I don't want to. I don't want you to falsely think there's like a laptop in there. Yes, right. It's a 공책, but it's very nice. It was picked up by Leo. He, I'm assuming, put the little bow on it and things like that.
Sure.
Well, sure. We'll pretend. So anyhow, if you have a question for Leo, we'll take any questions in English or Korean, and then he'll choose a winner. Anybody have a question for Leo? Oh, okay, we have a lady in the back, and then we also have a lady in the front. Yes.
Okay.
유기견 입양 반려견에 대해 미국과 한국의 입장 차이, 뚜렷한 차이가 어떤지 궁금합니다.
Right. If I understood correctly, I hope I did. She wants to know what are the differences between Korea and the U.S. in terms of adopting dogs.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. The main difference is that in America, a lot of companies and the government support the dog shelters. In Korea, they don't. So here in Korea, we really can't do a lot of marketing campaigns to get people to adopt dogs. But in the United States, you'll see a lot of TV commercials and celebrities like Ihyori is beginning to do now, just encouraging people, adopt, adopt, adopt. So they really, really get a lot of dogs adopted. Here, we're just starting.
Right.
Good question.
Very good. Thank you. Anybody? Oh, I saw another lady in the front. Yes? Another question? Can we get the mic to her, please?
유기견들 중에 유기견들도 되게 다양하게 있을 거라고 생각하는데 특히 어떤 유기견들에게 좀 더 마음이 쓰이고 더 정감 가는지가 좀 궁금합니다.
Right, so she wants to know, Leo, you come across so many different dogs that are abandoned. So how do you pick and choose? Like, are you moved by one over another?
That's a very hard question. I go to the bohoso, which belongs to the government, and they'll have 200, 300 dogs, and then I have to choose the dogs that are most likely to be adopted. So I choose friendly dogs. I don't care if they're like pure breed dogs or if they're tonge, it doesn't matter. Just a dog that's friendly and happy. That's the ones that we choose.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? Yes, we have another question in the middle.
유기견하고는 별로 관련이 없을지도 모르는데요. 그러니까 남을 돕는다는 게 무엇인가를 돕는다는 게 그렇게 꾸준할 수는 힘들잖아요. 한국에서는. 그러니까 분명히 이런 BAPS를 운영하시면서도 그러니까 꾸준히 좀 힘든 게 많으실 텐데 그렇게 가끔 지칠 때 어떻게 좀 get inspired 되는지.
Right, so she wants to know, it's very difficult to continue to give your services, not just for BAPS, for volunteering in general. So, sometimes you need to recharge your batteries. How do you overcome that?
Well, when you're committed to something, no matter what it is, even like if you want to be a marathon runner, if you want to be an athlete, you have to get up and do it. And I wish I could say I'm going to go away for 1 month, but the dogs need to eat, they need to be taken care, they need to be cleaned. So once you get the discipline of doing something, once you get into every day like studying or practicing, it's a lot easier to do than before you started. So just be patient and keep doing it.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions for Mr. Leo